I have a question for you. What do you think people do when they cannot control what's happening at home? Or what do they do when they realize that things have gone out of control? They tend to blame others. This is the simplest explanation for what Pakistan is up to. Its home is a mess. Between terror, bankruptcy, and political instability, there is very little that is left. So Pakistan has conveniently turned around and pointed the finger at India. It has cooked up a spy war story. In an interview to a British news outlet, officials of the ISI, Inter-Services Intelligence, have claimed that India is killing terrorists on Pakistani soil. They claim there have been 20 killings in Pakistan since 2020. They have a similar pattern, that they've all been carried out by unknown gunmen. Also, ISI claims these people were shot at close range, again by unknown gunmen. Just tell me one thing now. How do you know it's India if the gunmen remain unknown? And this is just the tip of the iceberg of absurdity that this narrative really is. Whoever from the ISI spoke to the British news outlet claimed that Indian agents were paying poor Pakistanis to kill terrorists at home, also convincing them, the poor Pakistanis, that they will be doing a greater good by killing quote-unquote infidels. The question is it that easy? Are Indian agents part-time hypnotherapists? Well, dear ISI, this is not how Indian intelligence works. This is not how the Indian government works. And Pakistan, of all the countries, should have known this. If India wants to go into Pakistan and hit a target or a terror camp, it will do so publicly. You see, it's Pakistan that has a habit of hiding. Hiding Osama bin Laden, hiding other terrorists. One of the cases the ISI mentions, in fact, is Zahid Akhund, an alias for Zahoor Mistry. He is a convicted terrorist. Mistry was involved in the hijacking of the Indian Airlines flight IC-814. The ISI claims Indian RAW agents paid Afghan nationals to kill Mistry in Karachi in March 2022. These men then fled across the border. There are so many questions I have at this point as far as this claim is concerned. Let's start with, what was Mistry doing in Karachi to begin with? Planning another hijack, was he? How many anti-India terrorists is Pakistan really hiding? What was Salim Rehmani, who is one of India's most wanted terrorists, doing in Pakistan? What was Hizbul Mujahideen commander Bashir Ahmad Peer doing in Pakistan? What was Jaish-e-Mohammed commander Shahid Latif doing in Pakistan? These people are linked to cross-border terror. The ISI claims Indian agents got them all. What if it was the ISI? Because why not? Pakistan is finally starting to realize that harboring terrorists is not a good idea, that they eventually turn against the masters. Pakistanis, you see, are paying the price today. Terror-related deaths in Pakistan have hit a 6-year high. In 2023, there were 641 terror attacks in Pakistan. There were over 100 counter-terror operations in Pakistan. The total fatalities, 1,524. It's a desperate condition. So much so that Pakistanis are conducting airstrikes in Afghanistan. It is blaming Afghanistan for cross-border terror. It has removed Afghans from its soil in an attempt to get Kabul to say something on Pakistan's homegrown terror. And when nothing helped, Pakistan is now trying to peg it on India. Quite convenient, right? Now, it's an easy story to sell. Who is killing anti-India terrorists in Pakistan, if not India? Well, here's something to think about. What if someone from within the Pakistan establishment decided to knock off homegrown elements? You see, Pakistan wants a clean image. It has the eyes of the Financial Task Force, FATF, on it. Pakistan needs IMF bailout. It helps Pakistan if terror activities at home are reduced. But then how do you do that? Get to these terrorists. Of course, not everyone will be kept in the loop. It's Pakistan after all. where a lot is smokes and mirrors, with those holding symbolic offices in Islamabad knowing very little. Who is sending anthrax to Pakistani judges? They don't know. They can't control. Who is killing Pakistani terrorists? They don't know. They can't afford to control and cannot dare to question the narrative being sold from Rawalpindi. But we can do that. We can expose Pakistani propaganda. We can question Pakistan's narrative of convenience. Has Pakistan found a new country to blame for its homebred terror? Is India really responsible for terror activities in Pakistan, or is it Pakistan? Tell me, was it India that created the TTP? Was it India that vouched for the Taliban and promoted the so-called peace talks? Did India orchestrate the abuse of the people of Balochistan? Did India pave the way for Chinese abuse of Baloch resources? Was it India that was bankrolling terrorists? Today, Pakistan is reaping what it sowed. There is no better way to put this. Pakistan's actions, its terror funding, terror safeguarding, full-fledged and unapologetic promotion of terror has boomeranged. Its pursuit of strategic depth in Afghanistan has backfired. Its petting of terror groups has come back to haunt Pakistan. The ISI's support of non-state actors has flopped. It's as simple as that. It's too late now to cry foul. It's too late to blame others for the security nightmare that is Pakistan. No one is buying the propaganda of a failed state. Planted reports in British media that is anyway on a lookout for a chance to hide Britain's gloom by pointing the finger at a past colony that is faring far better than the former colonizer will not help either. India is calling a spade a spade. It has exposed Pakistan by calling the assassination allegations quote-unquote false and malicious anti-India propaganda, because that is what it is. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.